Welcome to the podcast, everybody. My name is Gartfons, and I have two special guests here today. Introduce yourselves.
Yes, my name is Lonk from California. I'm just joking. I'm Lonk.
I said I'm not gonna take you seriously if you say that. Anyway, guys. Hey, this is ShadowLord. And of course, as my name implies, I'm full of shadows, so don't get used to it.
The Lord of Shadows, and the Lonk family.
Way too small to be honest.
And we bring here today, we're going to talk about the game. And just give our thoughts so far on the demo, especially the Rise demo. And just kind of give our thoughts about it. That's really it. So let's talk about one thing first. Graphics. What do you guys think about the game's overall visual design so far?
Fantastic.
Well,
it's way better in the world.
It's
Way better than Worlds.
It's like an evolution of their previous graphics. Like not World, but Generations. Like the developers definitely took their time learning the hardware and doing their magic when figuring out how to use low poly models, but still adding nice textures on it. Yeah.
I do say it is a step up from Generations, definitely, for sure.
A really big step up.
A really big step
Of course.
up. It's like a mixture between World and Generations, I guess. Some people said that.
Like, I would say the combined, not effort, but the combination of both colors and mechanics.
Huh, that's definitely an interesting. Yeah, I definitely heard some people suggest it online, like looking up discussions of Rise Anywhere. I was definitely seeing some similar comments like that.
Right, because we have colors back in not World, in like basically all the games, since every single area and places you've been to are very colorful. Every character is also pretty good. Some are not, but that's fine. But
I think just by looking at the armor sets alone, it shows you that they're definitely bringing back the whole color variety when it comes to armor sets. Like, it's really nice to see that come back.
It's a lot of detail and color, too.
Yeah, a lot of detail, a lot of color. And with
especially the Kezu armor for what I think is supposed to be the...
Interglaive.
Yeah.
It's an Interglaive, yes. And then we got the mechanics of World, where... not the mechanics, more like the... But yes, the mechanics more, and plus the weapon mechanics more like... Where we have, of course, the longsword, we have the Interglaive, we have dual blades, we basically have everything. But of course, mixed in with the colorful environment with dual games.
Of course.
Oh yeah, speaking of weapons and stuff, people have been kind of a little bit upset about the Prowler weapon or mode making a return.
Yeah, I guess I was a bit saddened by that.
Of course, yeah. But yes, Capcom, please don't hurt me by saying this, but I heard you guys saying that you're not gonna get rid of any new weapons. Guess what? You did.
Yeah, Prowler is a weapon type, and people did use it before.
I can't remember what game they said this, but I think in one of the older games, they got rid of some of the many of the weapons that we know and love. Later on, they said, "Oh, okay, we're not gonna downgrade any of the weapons. Like, we're not gonna replace any of them." But they but remove freaking Prowler. Not gonna lie, I do like Prowler, but I just don't use it that much.
I always consider to be an option if you just want to be the support buddy of the hunt of between your friends hunting online, or I guess if you just want to be experimental and go crazy about it, playing solo as a palette pro, then options are nice. That's accessibility is nice. That's what I'm trying to say.
True, but the thing that made Prowlers so special back then was the fact that they had infinite pickaxes and bug nets, and back then hunters had to bring the items to do it. But now the universal change is everything is infinite. Bug nets, pickaxes, even your whetstones are infinite.
Yeah, I say the whetstones are gonna be really freaking good when we get to the full game of Rise.
I speculate that it just boils down to developers maybe having some trouble trying to find a way to make the palette the Prowler mode compensate for not playing as the Hunter? Maybe they were having a hard time with that. Who knows?
That could be an option.
Make it so the Palico can just climb over any mountain.
Basically. Then that means we wouldn't have it. Was it like? I don't want to say the wire bugs, but like basic maneuver. That also probably means we probably wouldn't have paladins.
Oh yeah, speaking of the wire bugs, let's move on to that. What do you guys think of the wire bugs so far?
Oh, it's a fantastic improvement.
Yeah, it is very interesting to like just do some quick aerial maneuvers. Like you can either try traveling fast with it if you're not having a Palamute on your side. You can use it as a means to escape monsters real quick, so that way you can give yourself some breathing room, or you can use it as an offense, like either using that one attack. I forgot what it was called already. What a shame for myself. But you press A and you perform a sprint action depending on your weapon type, and yeah, it can be used as a lot. It has a lot of utilities, like either offense, defense, or avoiding. Yeah, it's actually pretty interesting.
And the fact that you're able to hold a temporary third wire bug, yeah. But go ahead,
Yep.
ShadowLord.
Speaking of the third wire bug, remind you guys if you're watching this, which I know, Capcom said that we're not gonna get any skills involving the wire bug, so don't expect any of you guys to get a permanent third wire bug, because that's not gonna happen ever. If
Although
they're gonna change it, then I doubt it.
Can't really imagine too many scenarios where you would need like 4 wire bugs. So maybe for balance reasons, I'm pretty much fine with the 2 wire bug limit. Like I'm fine with it. I really don't have any gripes about that.
That also includes a recharge on the wire bugs to make like your attack wire bug skills, or not skills, attacks faster. So that's also good too, because I'm rather fond of the recharge attacks.
I'm okay with them keeping it like that, because if they did bring skills like a way to recharge the wire burst timer faster or something, people would spam the crazy out of those silkbind attacks.
For longswords and other weapons that have counters, you'll be able to see every single one of them
Used just over and over.
I mean, you sort of have to remember that, like, the official Monster Hunter channel uploaded a video demonstration of the wire bugs, and it starts off with, like, the player, with 3 wire bugs just spending a prolonged amount of time in the air. It's like, I'm guessing they didn't want players to keep doing something like that if they had the power of 4 wire bugs, so obviously some decisions were made.
Some, but you never know. We don't have the full game just yet. We can only imagine how much that wire bugs will be affecting the game.
Who knows? Like, we haven't seen the rest of the environments. All we know is that they're there, but we just haven't seen the rest yet to know.
Are we allowed to talk about the maps that we've seen in trailers or no?
What's up?
Are we allowed to talk about the other areas but the other locale from the trailers or no?
Yeah, we can. We can talk about the. I think we have only 3 areas so far shown for the entirety. So the forest area, the one that's in the demo, the flooded forest, which is like the swamp with the pyramid, and the snow area. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But first, let's go up. Let's go after the first area, the one that we go. Of course, we are in the demo for. I was gonna say. Those shrines that we've seen. Do you guys think there are potential campsites?
Not really, but I imagine that the shrines probably have some like backstory significance that we'll probably find out later, like through some kind of text that we end up missing by chance, or although, yeah, who knows? I just do kind of think that I do think that the forest map, the one that's in the demo, gives off a really nice first impression, like just how the maps are going to be like for the rest of the game. Because not only are they interconnected, that there's no transitions, but like there's also details surrounding them. Like you'll find, like if you look hard enough, you'll find some interesting, structures that are just in the area, like the shrines that are on top of the mountains and stuff.
And I do like the idea what ShadowLord brought up. So like how there are like some like candle shrines in some areas, and how in like your starting area there's a candle lit up, but in the
Yep.
other around the map, you see candles that are not lit up. I wonder if that's gonna be some like significance, or you gonna be rewarded for exploring. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're gonna implement like some way for you to explore the map and be rewarded for it.
Of course,
Yeah.
oh, sorry. Go ahead.
So you go ahead first.
I was gonna say there. Well, actually, I gotta say two things. There's actually some shrines with the candles, of course, but there's a shrine, actually two, I think, that the counter shrines that are basically on, of course, hills, but they're like very tiny to be considered as a campsite. Then, shoot, what was I gonna say? Damn, I'm getting lost in thought because I'm playing Minecraft. Sorry. There's like I'm pretty sure there's something in my head. There's a lit there's like Garth said, like obviously the real name. There's a lit candle shrine later right behind us, right after we just started the quest. So again, those other candle shrines, again, this might be not big campsites, but just like probably just exploration points. Oh, okay, now I remember what I was gonna say. Probably just like World, we're probably gonna have like an expedition quest where we can, of course, play around with the map. But of course, we might, the players, of course, might be able to lit up all the candle shrines just to get every single potential campsites lit up already. So they don't have to do it later on in the game.
Although I feel like some of the shrines with the little candles are not gonna be all campsites. I feel like they might have a significance in the game. Who knows?
For like the ancient civilization, or like the, I don't know, like just like people from like back in the days, like 40 years ago or so.
All those
Yeah,
lore keepers or lore.
I'm mostly thinking that there's like historical significance with those structures, but anyway, it'd be interesting if like the developers, like, they give you quests that are supposed to incentivize you to actually explore, you know, the extra parts of the maps, like, so that way you would be reminded that like there's definitely nothing to sleep on when it comes to exploring. Like, you may just be primarily focused on the main trails to head to your monster. Like, I guess like maybe give them a reason to explore further, to find the stuff that we found ourselves just by playing through the demo. That's what I try to say.
Okay.
Like if they should make it so exploring on a map, you're rewarded significantly. Like, oh look, this one little area has like these little birds that grant you a ton of buff. They're just in that one area, and you never found it until now. Here you go. You're granted with a ton of health buffs and like maybe a few hunting buddies in there. Like the Escargot, that's like a hunter oasis, or I don't know. But but actually changing topic actually. Before we go to the next two maps, the Flood Forest and the ice area, what do you guys think of the hunting buddies so far? You guys went to use it a little bit, right?
The hunting buddies, as in the Palicos and Palamutes, or
It's like the items that you pick up. They're like these endemic life. That's what they're called.
I do find it like a little bit annoying to like gather, because you got just saying that because you have to like gather them one by one. Of course, you don't have to collect them all, but I'm just saying like using to find them over again, come over like some hills that you don't want to climb on or whatever. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying like for me it's annoying to like collect them over again.
Oh yeah, true.
I guess my only small gripe is that like, okay, actually no, they do make it apparent which buff or item you're collecting at a time. It's just more so that like you know, you'll be going from place to place and you'll pass by these at a time. It's just a matter of like you hoping that what you're kind of looking for just happens to be there. It's no real issue. It's just maybe a me problem, and that's it.
True. Maybe they can like improve in some way to make it so the endemic life is just a little bit easier. Just kind of here and there in front of the players in their route to the monster, so they can pick it up easily.
There's some endemic types that are like that, but again, the other ones are just like busy off the beaten path, and of course you have to like stop and like gather those ones. But if it's like a quest with multiple monsters, like let's say 5 or something, like more than 3, then that'd be fantastic because let's say the limit is 3 monsters. If the limit is 3 monsters and you have like a 5 monster or 4 monster quest, then that's perfect. You can get like other epidemic flies while the other monster respawns.
That is actually a pretty good idea. So, because so far we can only see 3 monsters in the map.
So far, yes.
And there might be like some kind of quest where you're allowed to like just gather in your own free time. There's no time limit, and you get to hunt the monsters in there. And then when you hunt them down, then they either fade away, and then the next monster comes in. Something like that.
Who knows? Given that they teased off the the Rampage quest type in the last digital event they hosted, we might just be getting like something more soon down the line.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about the Rampage later. I am pretty interested in that too. But going back to the 2 maps.
Actually, one more thing. Actually, sorry about that. Since we have, of course, endemic life, and since, of course, every monster need to have one thing, like let's say the arena. Since the arena is literally just one zone, would endemic lives be there, or would we not be there?
That is true. There was the tutorial where you're taught to wyvern ride, and there was like a crab in there.
Yeah.
Or a spider.
Oh yeah. There was the little spider guy there. They had a user attacks on, I think.
Yes.
There was also another endemic life in there, the 3rd wire bug that you were allowed to pick up in the arena.
Oh yeah, I remember now.
Yeah. But going back to the 2 areas actually, the flooded forest and the Arctic, the ice area. I forgot the name of that one. Oof.
Same, don't worry about it.
What do you guys think so far about the flooded forest? The one with the pyramid?
The flooded forest?
Yeah.
I have never noticed. Well, of course, I never noticed because I never finished the game or even do it because I'm afraid of water. And then I know that the flooded forest was not based on, but it's a homage to the 3rd game, which is pretty funny.
Yeah, I sadly don't have much to say about the flooded forest. Like, I've seen the footage, but I don't think I've seen enough of the footage to give an evaluation on it. It definitely looks interesting, and I kind of do like that it's one of the things in the game so far that's actually like paying tribute to an older game in the franchise. Like that's always welcome.
Yeah, I do have some experience with the flooded forest. Even I never knew that there was a pyramid somewhere in the background back then when I was playing it. I was too busy looking forward, but not up. And when I went back to check it after that trailer popped up, yeah, apparently the pyramid was in the background all along. It's just a lot less vibrant compared to this new remake. And that's pretty cool. You're allowed to literally explore beyond the point and actually climb up that dang pyramid. That blew my mind. Another thing that I have to bring up was in 3 Ultimate, there were some parts in that map where you were supposed to swim. It's like swimming, the swimming mechanic. I wonder if those areas are going to be blocked now, since I don't really see any mention of them bringing swimming back, and it's just going to be like the monsters area to leave, or I don't know. But I do know, I think I feel like swimming is not going to make a return, and those swimming points that you had to traverse through are going to be gone. So, I mean, then again, you guys never experienced swimming, I think.
No, I sadly did not play the games that featured swimming.
ShadowLord did before, right?
Yeah, but I was afraid because of freaking Icarus before. It's like, what the hell is this? No!
I mentioned that for the areas that required swimming, they're probably going to compensate it somehow by adding more like land to step on. Like, they can't. I assume that that's probably what they're going to do, or that's a plan they have. I don't know. I'm not a mind reader. Just speculation.
Yeah, just speculation. So it really doesn't matter.
True.
Unless Capcom actually put it in.
So that's enough speculation for the Flood 4. So how about the ice map? You guys saw the trailer about it and how they kind of went around and how Tigrex is in there too. Tigrex.
Yep. Tigrex natural habitat, snow.
Not always,
Well,
but
not-
yeah, sure.
Not just the snow, but you know.
Mainly the snow, but there's more. But
Maybe
yeah.
it's snow.
And
No,
in that trailer with the ice map, there was also the new monster that I forgot the name already. I really need to remember these names. It was like the
I had it in my
Oni.
head, like,
I don't know.
yeah, it's like an Oni monster, which is really interesting because I think that monster might be the second or first monster yet that we have being an Oni monster instead of just a yokai.
Not just the yokai. I'm really trying to. I'm desperately trying to remember the name right now.
The Karos, damn it, it's a Karos something.
Mm.
Trying to
I'm looking
pronounce
for
the
it.
last name. Trying to remember his name.
Oh, Gazharag. Yeah, you're right. Gazharag.
There we go. Harag, okay, that's the one. Well, that was Horror, but close enough. But yes, that monster is really cool, no pun intended.
Yeah.
To be honest, not sure you guys noticed, but it uses his hand much like Galactus uses his tail. But of course, the opposite.
Yeah, instead of sharpening the tail, it makes its own blade by its frost breath.
Yep, and that's really interesting because that's again another potential of having Galactus back. Or not back, well yeah, we have Galactus introduced again, but of course with Moon Susune, which is of course another point I have to do is say that we might get Gamma, but not sure we might get. Oh yeah, not sure we can get Aslos. I'm just saying that, but not sure we can get all the Fate 4. But again, just saying.
For all I know, I just
It'd be
hope
nice.
the Fated 4 returns.
It'd be nice, but it'd be nice. That's it. But who knows? We're not the one deciding this, sadly.
Yeah.
We're just mainly there spectating, see what exactly they reveal next. Who makes a return and who makes a new appearance.
Wait, oh yeah, other returning monsters as well. You guys know the Kezu, right?
Yep.
Of course, his armor's in the demo.
Yep,
And to
and
be honest, Kezu looks pretty cool. To be honest, he looks better than ever.
Yep.
his creepy smile in the trailer though. Oh my gosh.
Yep. Giving you an excuse to actually be afraid of the Kezu for once.
Yeah, instead
Yeah,
of being
yeah,
that
Kezu.
nothing, it's creepy something.
I would say it looks more creepy than ever. Now it's like, now it's actually again like well not like I said, but it's like creepier than ever. That actually makes Kezu more like a what's it called? A terrifying foe for once. Because in the other games, it was just a joke. I mean, it might be a joke here still, but at least it looks cool. It looks better.
I wonder if they're still gonna do the thing where like no music just plays when you fight him. Oh my gosh.
Which I was about to say, like, what if they put music finally or not?
Like I know, okay, so like back then, Generations Ultimate, I know you're trying to make it like the creepy atmosphere, but it just didn't fit at all for the fight.
Yeah, let's acknowledge that for a moment. Fighting a monster with no music, like, it kind of does give more of the illusion that it's like a life or death situation for your character. It's incredibly horrifying.
And to be honest, there should be no reason for Kezu to not have music. I'm not saying that it should. I'm not saying that it shouldn't make sense.
Like one thing I would suggest is like make it so when the music plays when you fight him, just make it distorted or something. I guess that'll creep everybody out. I don't know. I don't know. There's so many ideas I can think of for Kezu, especially his quote unquote fight music.
Actually, going back to Haras, I can't say the name now.
Gazharag.
Yes. You guys notice that he looks like he lost his arm, or does it still have his arm, or is like his hand? I mean,
It looks like he still has his arm, but rather it's sort of evolved into like its own kind of weapon.
it's like before he freezes it into, of course, a nice weapon.
Yeah.
He has like a red mark on it, like a huge red mark. Look, because it was as if it was bleeding or whatever.
Like an ice blade. I'm also
Looking
gonna
at his-
assume the armor that's in the game, the greatsword, is the Gosarog armor. I think.
Maybe.
Especially the greatsword. You guys might not know, but when I played the greatsword and was testing it out, every time you charge it up a little bit, it goes from blue to red when you charge it up. So I was like, maybe this is the Gosarog greatsword and armor set. Looks cool too. Who knows?
Could,
I haven't used the greatsword myself to know, sadly.
It's
Of course, you
all
don't need
good.
to use it. You just need to just view it.
Oh yeah, some other returning monsters too, like Lagombi. You know, the bunny rabbit thing.
Yeah, the big guy. The ruin, the monster the ruin sleep bomb runs.
Especially for
Big
you.
Chungus, yes.
Oh, I can already imagine mounting him. Like imagine you're running, but instead he's sliding across the snow.
That'd be nice.
That'd be pretty cool. Let me see what other monsters is in here that we never talked about.
The freaking bird. I forgot what it's called.
The bird, the Great Azuchi,
Not a great sushi.
the
Oh, of
Acnosol.
course, we haven't talked about him. Yeah, Acnosol, that's the one. We seen him in trailer freaking fighting. Not fighting, but it was being annihilated by Tiger Rex.
Oh yeah, the hunter was riding the tigers and ran over the Acnosol.
Yep.
It was pretty weird though, seeing Acnosol in the ice map. I didn't expect it to be there.
Since it can breathe fire.
True, it can breathe fire, but oh yeah, the other new monster. You guys know the Tetranodon, the platypus
yes,
frog.
I actually almost forgot about that monster.
I kind of forgot it too.
Oh
but
yeah, the new one, right?
it's like a green platypus frog thing.
Yeah, part of it reminds me a lot of the shark monster, the one that
Zamtrios.
increase. Yeah, Zamtrios. Like I don't know, it's just like the appearance and one of the attacks looks like where it bounces in the air just to slam. It definitely reminds me a lot of the Zamtrios, but except it's always he's always in this big state where he could be doing that. Like that's what the Tetradon looks like.
Oh, that'd be great. What was it called? Sand trios.
Oh, like the sand Zamtrios from For You.
Is it called Tiger Stripe Sand trios or is it?
Yeah,
or
it was
is
Tiger Stripe Zamtrios.
Okay, thank you. What I thought that Pteranodon was, I thought it was a Kappa at first, was the head. I was like, wait, is that a Kappa? Yeah, Kappa?
I mean, I did see some people talk about that, thinking it was that. But so you're not the only one.
I'm just saying, it's like, I thought it was a Kappa at first. It's like, oh cool, a Kappa monster. When I saw it pass around, I was a little disappointed, but later on I was like, no, I'm okay with this monster. That'd be like a Kappa figure or something. If it is Kappa or based off it, then that's fine.
And the other two new monsters, I think there's more, but the two new monsters that are in my head so far is the Bishatin. It's like that monkey bat that throws fruits, if you guys remember.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I recall seeing it.
Oh yeah. I have no clue how the fight's gonna go. I know he's gonna. I know it looks fun so far. It looks like maybe a little bit chaotic
Honestly.
too.
Honestly, it looks like he'll be pretty fast, and he's going to spend the majority of his attacks throwing items at you. Who knows? I'm looking at his render right now, and that's kind of the vibe I'm getting here.
I love how during that first reaction or so, some people thought that was like a Malfestio at first.
I thought it was, because of the wings at first.
Oh yeah, you guys do want Malfestio to make a return too, maybe.
To me, I kind of did, because the big reason why I wanted it because of freaking Okami. Because there's a freaking boss, well actually two bosses, that are basically an owl. 2 owls, basically.
Oh yeah, the 2 owls, especially in the GU event.
Yes.
I think it'd be nice to see the Malfestio return, or who knows, he might already be back by some miracle. I don't know, we're just going to have to wait on see for that.
True.
Yeah, of course, before I say anything, we're going to discuss DLC discussion later. But back to the topic. We almost forgot about Burial. I believe that's his name.
Yep, he's back himself.
Who's back himself?
The Barrioth is back.
Barrioth.
bad.
Oh yeah. Jeez. Barrioth is one of my favorite monsters. He was the one to really teach me how to evade back then, the ultimate. Right next to Nargacuga too.
Hey, Naga is a really good monster. I kind of hope that he's next in this game again as well.
I feel like there'd be no reason to bring Nargacuga back. He feels more like a staple. Nargacuga feels like a staple monster, in my opinion.
For me, I always seen Nargacuga and Tigrex as that duel. Like it's like a angry cat versus a ninja cat, kind of. I don't know. I just see them as a duel. I feel like Nargacuga might make a return.
Yeah, I think so too, since this is one of fan favorites monster as well.
Oh yeah, speaking of another fan favorite, Zinogre. I feel like Zinogre will make a return.
He definitely is, because I think one of the new characters that we see.
Master something. Master Izuchi? No.
No. He has a Zinogre shoulder pad on his left shoulder.
Yeah, I forgot the name though. It was Master something, but yeah, I do see like some bits of Zinogre pieces on his armor. So.
And by another return monster we're gonna see is Tetsukaba, because there's a big guy, I forgot his name, who's riding a baby Tetsukaba. So maybe Tetsukaba might come back, or maybe not.
So many people, like when they saw the trailer, they pointed that out. They pointed out that the quest giver was actually riding a baby Tetsukaba, so that could be confirmation that Tetsukaba's already back, or who knows, maybe just a one-off joke. Or, but yeah, that's definitely one thing that caught a lot of people's attention.
I do hope Tetsukaba comes back. Not because of it's a sumo kind of monster, which fits the whole aesthetic here. It also gives you the armor set that almost like resembles a samurai, and you know, people. It's cool. I want Tetsukaba to make a return.
It is a really good monster, to be honest.
Not sure if it's other variants like the Deviant one or the Berserk Tetsukaba from 4 Ultimate, but who knows? If they bring back variants, that'd be cool.
I was gonna say about variants, like if we get variants, then we might have like other fan favorite variant monsters as well.
And yeah, actually speaking of those Wanda's variants, people like Lonk over here also wants the Gormagala to make a return as well.
That's only because Gormagala is like probably my favorite monster, like design wise, and I guess you could also say armor wise as well.
So like you love Gormagala because design, armor, and also the lore of it too, right? And like how there's like 3 versions of it, pretty much.
Yeah, there's the regular, there's Shagadu, and then there's also the chaotic, like the result that happens when the Gormagala fails to, evolve
stuff. Like, it would be so cool to bring Gormagala back. I'm not sure how they're going to implement the frenzy.
Oh yeah, that's true. I do like Gormagala very much. But once Long got into it as well, I was like, I'm going to have a button rival with him. Just of course, make fun of him and kill his Gormagala every single time.
Kill the Gormagala family.
Remember, my name is ShadowLord, and that thing looks like a shadow. Or like a shadow design, so it's my monster. You're not supposed to take it. I saw it first.
It's a bit ironic for me because, here I am gasping at the fact that you would want to slay the entire Gormagala race, and here I am just wearing their armor like it's nothing.
It's like they're giving it up to you, saying like, we are sacrificing ourselves to give you better equipment for you to keep slaying us for some reason. Oh my gosh. Gormagala will be cool to make a return though. I would love Gormagala to make a return. Many fans too, I'm pretty sure.
I think so too. But I also believe that they might mention the frenzied powers again in Rise if they ever manage to make a reference to it or not. If it doesn't, then that's fine. Either way, I'm okay with it if they don't include Gormagala or do.
And but going back to returning to some other returning monsters, some you might know the Yellow Devil, aka the Royal Ludroth, the sponge one.
Yep.
And you guys might not know, but the Great Roggy and the Great Baggy make a return. Those two are one of my favorites. They were part of the trinity of Great Jaggy, Great Roggy, and Great Baggy. Great Jaggy as the Lord, it's up the middle. I wonder if Great Jaggy is actually gonna make a return for no reason, just to be a meme.
No, I was gonna say maybe Capcom knows that Great Jaggy is basically the best of the best, so they're not gonna ever gonna include him ever.
I mean, come on now. Great Baggy armor is basically just a recolor of Great Jaggy. It's just blue, so they have to bring Great Jaggy back.
Basically, but I'm pretty sure Capcom doesn't want us to have Great Jaggy just to mess with us.
I think they're mostly looking, I think they're mostly looking towards like consistency with why the monsters would appear in certain areas and locales. Who knows?
And
Makes
now,
sense, but we also have the Flood of Force, which of course, Great Jaggy, of course, not in, but is still in the same game as well.
one other monster I need to mention. Not sure you guys remember it, but it's called Sonacant.
Oh yes.
It's like that mermaid kind of monster that pukes out sleep powder.
At first, I thought it was based off a picture it is, or model off of Naturala, which maybe it might be coming back as well, since if they have a
Oh yeah, Naturala. It does have that body form of Naturala.
Not again, but just basically. But of course, without the sleeping element is the paradise element, which I'm gonna be very happy for.
At first, I thought it had like the body structure of like a Leviathan, like Mizutsune or Royal Ludrath, but upon taking a closer look, it has like that curled up form similar to Najarala. So, oh yeah, the Gyakris too. I feel like the Gyakris will make a return.
Hopefully, because since of course Capcom but of course they made a beta video of World back what.
It was like a prototype world, and they were introducing the mechanics, and then Anjanath was chasing behind the hunter, and then at the very end, like a new HD texture, whatever, the guy Chris popped out of nowhere, and people were like, "Oh, that's cool."
People were also so excited for the guy Chris as well. But once the game came out, they realized that the guy Chris is no longer in the game because of certain reasons. Which I hate.
And the reason was because World, it was like it's not like Rise where there are some places where it's like pretty flat, and Leviathan skeleton structures for some reason didn't work with that like entire rough surfaces area, and it apparently crashed the whole game or something. So that's why they couldn't introduce any Leviathan monsters in there. Because like the skeleton structures of those long skeletons in general was really tough to implement into that game or something like that. So,
which I know you guys noticed and talked to the audience about this. The Gyakris never actually moves. Like he never actually moves his body.
Yeah, it never moved. It technically turned around, but it never moved at that one spot. Because if it moved any further, apparently poof. So. Not sure if Long knows this, but yeah. I probably put like a mini video behind this.
I wasn't that aware. My apologies.
It's all good.
Yeah, it's fine. That was like years ago. Now it's like what 3 or 4 years ago now. But yeah, that's like still infamous to this day that the Gyakris is not in the world. But hopefully it comes back in Rise.
I'm just happy Leviathan monsters are making a return. It's been like a year or so, or more really, since they haven't been in the game. New one at least.
Not the most famous ones of the Leviathans is of course Mizutsune, which is a really good monster.
I thought it would have been like a crime not to bring Mizutsune in this game, like especially with the themes that they're being influenced from.
It would, but
many.
It is. I mean, it would be a crime. Sorry. But thank God they actually got the model for the Leviathan skeletons to work. or else we never had Mizusune.
And switching topics, actually. So since we talked about a few of the monsters that we kind of want back here and there, what do you guys think of the new quote-unquote mounting mechanics, where you kind of attack the monster here and there with either your air attacks or your silkbind attacks, and then eventually you get to hop on and ride them? Like, wow. What do you guys think?
To be honest,
I'm still
actually
getting
like
used
this
to it.
better. I actually like this better than the old mounting that we have back in the old games, because it feels like they actually do something on the mount or on the monster instead of just whacking it with your tiny knife.
Yeah, like just like you get to damage it or use the monster that you're mounting to damage other monsters if you just happen to be close by. But then, you get more options than just simply like trying to pin the monster down yourself. It's actually quite nice that they refreshing up the mounting mechanics in Rise so far.
Guard, correct me if I'm wrong, but you do like 1 damage each time you stab the monster in the old game, right?
Yep.
Then this is way better than the old games, because again, you actually do something in the mounts.
Because you gotta launch the monsters to the wall and wham! You do at least like 90 to 100 damage.
You get to face bang them at least 3 or 4 times, depending on how many wire bugs you have, and it's just so satisfying just to do it by a command.
And about riding monsters and hitting them against something, instead of just going into an inanimate objects like walls or whatever, we can actually lure them to other monsters to whack, which is really good. Again, it feels like they're contributing more to that. Again, instead of just stabbing the monster with a tiny knife.
At first, I thought it was like, wow, they're actually pulling off like monster stories, but you get to ride them and tame them for the hunt or something. But no, you're technically still controlling them in the puppet kind of way, and you're forcing the monster against your will to fight alongside you for a temporary amount of time, maybe a minute, from what I think or saw, but it's only a minute. It's only a minute of the ride.
I actually do like the timer for but in rides better than again the other games, since it's like instead of just like a monster fighting the bar, it's actually just a timer, which is again I like.
Yeah, speaking of monsters fighting, I haven't seen any turf wars in the demo. The monsters do occasionally attack each other, but it's not like a cutscene-ish where they do like special animations to fight each other.
Like the closest we had to seeing the turf war was when we brought all the monsters at the same location at once. Like this was one of our few hunts from a few hunts ago that we did with our 4th partner.
I know you just say that, but I'm just saying. I was also saying this, of course, but I'm not sure that counts because, again, just like Clark said, that there wasn't actually any.
We mostly did force the monsters to
True, but it was just
be at the same area.
It was just so cool to see all 3 of them huddled up in one area, while 2 of you guys were on one of them.
Oh yeah, it was pretty nice.
I was also pretty curious if you could like if one hunter is on one monster, the other hunter was on another monster, they were like trying to fight each other for no reason. I don't know.
I would have tried it, but
that's what I thought you guys were trying to do. Like, hey, you're on the greatest Yuchi and I'm on my rat kid. Who's gonna win?
I never thought about that until just now. I was like, oh yeah, I never thought about that.
Of course, it was so chaotic. I couldn't even tell if you guys were even hitting each other at all, by accidentally or But we'll test that out and see. I am pretty curious. That's all.
Yeah. I actually don't know. What else is that?
You were gonna say something?
No, I just don't know what other subjects we can talk about. Yeah, I got it in mind, but I totally not.
We can talk a little bit about the weapons. Let's start with the longsword, since both of you guys used longsword, mainly
Yes.
longsword. Yeah.
Mine was day one, so yeah, it's a really good weapon to use. It's actually pretty easy to learn.
Longsword was one of my first few. Was practically my first weapon type I used when like starting Monster Hunter General. So, and it's kind of a bit of poetic that this is the weapon I choose to start off the demo. In a way, the longsword, despite having a lot of familiar movesets, to what you previously used to with the longsword, definitely does feel like they've sort of, progressed the movesets with the longsword. Like, it's just been, even if some things feel a bit the same. Like, there are the extra attacks you can do with the right shoulder button, like the sheath attack, the one where you gotta time it perfectly.
Oh yes.
The one where you sheath your sword and if you press the button again, you swipe forward, and if you time it correctly, you do a cool counter attack.
But I know that like that's only I know that with what I'm doing with the longsword demo is just like probably a small percentage of it, because it was implied that there's like other silk binding techniques you can equip, at least from one of the trailers we saw.
Yeah, it reminds me of like the Sakura Slash.
Yeah, like one of the trailers had a Sakura Slash type attack with the longsword.
And that's not present in the demo, so I am pretty curious how they're gonna work this out. Are you able to quote unquote like change your silk bind style or attack, or I don't know.
I never thought about that. If you can change like your attack patterns.
Yeah, because there are some silk bind attacks that are shown in the trailers, but they're not present in the demo currently.
That sounds like what's called Honor mechanic right there, which you can just, like, change your attack patterns or whatever.
Yeah, I would compare them to hunting arts, but again, they're also not hunting arts, which is so mixed. Like, I don't know how to describe it. They're like silk bind attacks now, but they're not charging. They charge on their own.
Which I gotta say that silk bind attacks are, I want to say better. I don't want to say easier. Well, I want to say they are faster because of the water bug recharge. You can use them over and over again, no matter what. And of course, you don't need like a bar to recharge just by hitting monster. Your recharge is basically automatic.
Yeah, the recharge is it makes sense. Each weapon has their own different charge time. They're not all the same. So I guess that just
from what I've observed, the charge times feel dependent on the current situations or like how you use them. Like sometimes it felt like the recharges were much longer because of the context I've used them in. Like I don't know. It's just that I used the wire bugs for like aerial maneuvers, and they recharge somewhat faster than using it for like the silk bind attacks. Like I feel like it's very dependent, the recharge times.
And of course, if you use a silk bind attack that converts, that uses 2 wire bugs, then of course it recharges slower, which again is fine. It makes sense.
yeah, like the silk bind attacks are like strong. Like they're very strong. They take up to. It's like a commitment. You sacrifice 2 wire bugs for one really strong move that if you can land it, it works. But if you don't, you just wasted 2 wire bugs.
Which of course, by me and Long had done before, but to be honest, it never really bothered us at all.
It just makes sense, right? You do something, you commit to it, it doesn't work, it's okay. They'll recharge over time, you can do it again.
Like I never really got mad about it. Like I never be like, damn, I just wasted a freaking water bug attack. But again, like I said, I never done it before, or ever said that. Like I never said again, like I said, like damn, I just wasted. But I do say that, but not like too much.
I've never really felt any anger or like frustration towards not being able to use it. I mainly had like enough stamina to dodge it regardless, so I'm pretty much fine with not being able to use the wire bugs for like a few seconds.
Yeah, it's not even that bad. Like again, with like if Capcom did want to have skill sets for the wire bugs, I still wouldn't mind at all, even if I miss a wire bug attack and my skill is like, I don't know, wire bug recharge faster or whatever. I still wouldn't mind either way if I didn't have skill or not.
Oh yeah, speaking of anger, actually, the rampage. Let's share our opinions on the rampage, or just speculate it a little bit.
Yeah, so they're obviously not going to show it off now, but at some point down the line, who knows? Maybe in 1 to 2 months' time. It's definitely intriguing because it looks like a quest type where we're dealing with like an entire horde of monsters. Like, how many monsters they show off when they introduce it? Like
Like five, I think, around there in like that trailer.
For the most part, it
at
looked
least
like
5 or 6.
it looked like the monsters were pretty low tier, difficulty, like excluding the Rathlos, since we haven't seen the Rathlos in action yet.
It's
Or
one
Acnosome.
but that's count. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm probably thinking that it could be like us trying to defend an area or like trying to repel the monsters, to keep them at bay or something. Like, I don't know. That's what I'm sort of thinking is going on. Like, I know that kind of defeats the point of hunting, but who knows? Like, Monster Hunter has had quests in the past where you had to repel the monsters, make them walk away.
I mean, that's mostly, not mostly, mostly Elder Dragons, which of course we're not talking about yet, because we're not going to talk about the flagship monster just yet. The Rampage, to me, the Rampage, I thought the Rampage was going to be like Lausha Long's fight, where of course, just like Long said, that you just have to repel the monsters, or you just eat or kill them.
I am pretty curious too. Like, is it gonna be like all 5 monsters chucked at you straight off the bat, or it's just like you fight them one by one, or like there's 2 weak monsters, like there's one great Zuchi, or and another weak monster like an Azoros at the same time. I don't know.
Like, if you have to fight every single monster with your with the canister you're given.
I wonder if it's like an endurance test too. Like, can you endure all of these monsters in a limited amount of time, or something like that?
Oh man, that would be kind of scary. Like, you have to survive that many monsters. Like, they buff them up to have like a lot of health. That would be scary.
It's gonna be scary too, and I feel like it's gonna be like you're gonna ask for help for like 4 friends or 4 other hunters to try to help you, because like at desperate times or something. I don't know.
But your other friends are also like trying to do this at the same time. It's like, I can't help you with this. I gotta do this real fast.
Oh, like I gotta heal. Okay, you you load up the canyons. Okay, I gotta heal. I just took a humongous chunk of damage from the Rathalos fire breath, and
then literally 5 seconds later, hey, I need help here. Dude, I'm just healing.
like there are just so many possibilities of the rampage. I am really excited to see what they're gonna show up. Show us for the rampage.
Confirmation, real quick, before we continue. Again, this is just speculation. This is not truth or leaks that we just mentioned. This is just our own speculation. Don't take it into that canon, but just the truth. Just speculation.
Yeah, don't take anything seriously. And so for what I know, for me, I have not seen any leaks or any other.
I've really heard nothing of the sort at all.
Yeah.
Me neither.
It's just a lot of ideas, and they're just it's so fun to talk about. Like, we don't know much about the game, but it's just so cool to think what other surprises are gonna come along the way. Oh yeah, speaking of surprises, flagship monster Magnamalo.
Oh
Long say it.
Sorry. Just go ahead. Sorry.
Magnamalo.
Okay. Oh yeah, they're Magnamalo. Just trying to put up an impression of that.
The first
Of that character guy. His name was Fusion. Or Fusion.
Oh, it's the first. Technically, the first Elder Dragon and faction monster that we have seen. Of course, not the first ever, but the first Elder Dragon and faction monster we've seen on screen. Right now,
wait, is it really an Elder Dragon? I thought it was just a Fang Wyvern.
I think I heard it was an Elder Dragon.
They all have Elder Dragon blood in them somehow. Okay, but no, really. Yeah. I think it was just mainly. I think the Magnamalo was just mainly highlighted as a Fang Wyvern. That's it. Who knows?
If it is an Elder Dragon, that'd be fun.
Let me actually look it up. I'm pretty sure it's just a regular old like flagship monster.
You want to count the? I would say if you want to count the tail as a limb or whatever.
I mean, to be fair, the first quote-unquote Elder Dragon was actually, I think, Gormagala. Like the first
Technically, but of
regular
course, you'll never
regular
confirm this
slash Elder Dragon. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I was trying to word that correctly, but I couldn't. It's like, that's where I'm gonna say it anyway.
Unless you count Kushala Dawara, that was also, I think, another flagship monster. That was also an Elder Dragon. So.
But of course, this was before it was classified as an Elder Dragon. And again, of course, this is before, or that was before Lao Shanlong. Lao Shanlong was, quote unquote, the first Elder Dragon, but really isn't it? Basically, isn't it? But it was the first large monster on screen.
I'm not gonna lie, Magnamalo looks actually really scary.
It does look scary. I actually do like his design.
It looks like a monster that isn't messing around. It's like you see him and you have to beg for your life that you end up coming out unscathed.
And of course, I think everybody's like not first reaction, but like first thought it was like it was more of a samurai-looking monster than just any other monster instead. Since, of
I can
course,
already imagine the turf
this is-
wars.
I think we saw one earlier, right? You know, in the trailers.
Yeah, that one turf war with the Rathalos. You guys remember, right? Oh my god.
Yes. I saw someone repost a clip with some music on it.
Oh my gosh.
I saw someone not reposted. Well, yeah, basically reposted, but they put right before the boom, they put Devilman's kaboom into it.
I guess so. If Malvo can do that to a Rathalos, I can already imagine what it can do to any other monster out there. Imagine poor great Azuchi.
They're gonna stab it to the heart.
Oh yeah,
Or
Magnamalo is gonna bring something new called the fire, the purple fire.
Yeah, apparently they said that it's hot as hellfire.
Yeah, that.
Yep, that's exactly what they said in the digital event.
Which I'm also speculating. Again, this speculation, nothing else. Do you think that Magmalo's weapons, or yeah, probably just weapons, are gonna be like fire element or just raw damage?
Seems likely.
Yeah, I do question. Is it is it just like regular fire, or is it gonna be like some kind of new special effect or gimmick? I don't know.
Probably be like fire element, or just like with put fire instead of just regular, just red fire.
Yeah, because we did have some specific flagship monsters out there that had like specific like unique effects on their weapons. Like one of them is not like the Gormagala, but especially the chaotic Gormagala, where it had like the minus affinity / to plus affinity. You know, something like that.
Which I also just realized just by thinking about this, but since they said that Magmalo's fire is equivalent to hellfire, do you think, of course, if it is fire element, I mean, do you think it will be also like the strongest fire element weapon ever?
I mean, it could possibly be. It's a flagship.
Because I think I heard that hellfire is literally the strongest kind of fire ever.
Oh, jeez.
That could be interesting.
And also, fire is literally the hottest color of fire ever as well. And of course, like I said, they said that Magmalo's fire is equivalent to hellfire. Again, fire and hellfire being the two strongest flat fires ever.
Imagine this fire like granted like that thing where you're on fire but your health drains rapidly and also grants you the fence down because it's just burning through your armor. Oh my gosh,
That
why am
makes
I
sense.
thinking about this stuff?
That would make sense, to be honest.
I mean, one freaky like Deviljho variant fire, or I don't know. Oh yeah, I think Deviljho might make a return too. Totally forgot about that guy.
Of course it will. It's another kind that won't.
Yes. Imagine how he will move in this kind of game and engine that they're going with.
I mean, if World can do it, then so
I
can
mean,
this.
Deviljho did appear in World.
Yes. All I'm saying is that we're gonna be seeing the big man, the big pickle monster, just like rampage and rise. He's going to destroy the shrine structures.
Imagine you're on top of the mountain and then you see this really fat green pickle just climbing up slowly towards you, trying to chase you down.
Yeah.
I feel like one thing that'll make Deviljho really unique is that he will chase you no matter what until he sees another monster in that area and just stops trying to fight that thing.
Yeah, since I have turf war with it.
I mean, he can turf war I think almost anything, not everything in the
Excellent.
world, but like I feel like it's a possibility. He'll just fight anything on the site.
I also think that it might be. I'm just saying this, but I think McManus also took his style of holding a monster into his mouth. Since Deviljho does the same thing in the world.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it does that if it's like a small monster, like what's what's it called? Like one of those monsters in the world. They Deviljho holds like a small monster in his mouth, and keep holding it until it decides to drag it into the ground, and like just slam it to a wall or whatever.
Oh yeah, Deviljho in World had the ability to pick up other monsters on his mouth and just carry them until it felt like dropping them. But before it dropped them, it will always bash that monster on the ground, on the wall, on the hunter. It would not let go of that monster until it was done.
Yeah, I would say it decides to like, you know what, I'm done with this monster. Drag it into the ground, like face planting to the ground, just dragging it, but no mercy at all.
Imagine it did that, but instead of the monster, it's just the hunter. He just holds onto the hunter, and they have to like mash their buttons to get out of it or something.
Again, imagine seeing that with McManus having a freaking torch war. Like, Jesus, how the hell are we gonna compare this to this? Like
I'm already scared of what's gonna happen.
Like the legendary battle between Rejang and Deviljho. That was literally a one entire legendary battle. That's what people literally wanted to see that at first. When Turf War was announced, not announced, was the thing, was popular, I mean, people wanted both Deviljho and Rejang to be in the game because there are literally two monsters that fought Elder Dragons and lived, or possibly lived.
And it's a pretty close call too for the turf war, and neither of them really wins. They both take huge chunks of damage.
Basically.
And that's pretty much it for the monsters. I think the last thing to wrap it up for this discussion is potential DLCs, I guess. Might as well have some fun with that,
yes.
right?
Yeah, I almost forgot about that. Even though I said that literally not long ago.
So here's one thing that I know everyone wants, including you, ShadowLord, and Lux.
It's the one thing we know they're probably going to do now that they have like the opportunity because of the Palamute.
Oh, Kami! Kami is a must.
Capcom fans are already clamoring for like another Okami collaboration with Monster Hunter Rise because of the Palamutes, and it's like perfect. It's like the perfect opportunity right there.
It's just so perfect. You can't miss this, Capcom, please.
Like this is literally a 100%. No, sorry, not 100%. A 1,000,000% chance. Not chance. 1,000,000% crime of not having Okami in as a DLC for Rise. Because the Palamutes also has the Palamutes have three weapons. Well, not three, if you want to count them. Is a rosary weapon, a shield weapon, and a sword-like weapon. Which, of course, in Okami, which I'm pretty sure little of you guys know, including you two. It's on vlog because it's probably going to play it soon.
Yep, I just bought the game recently.
Good.
Yep, that sale for $10.
In Okami, there's three weapons: a rosary, a sword, and a shield, which is really good. Which I'm not sure if it was a coincidence or not that they made Palamutes have those three weapons, those three weapons. But I hope to gods, I hope to Amaterasu that it does happen.
It's just it makes sense. If they don't do this, fans will riot, and I mean, it's not like we're trying to force Capcom. We're just saying it's gonna be like it would just fit. It's a good idea. They should take that opportunity.
Again, and that's also why I want Mephisio back in Rise, because two Mephistios you find in the game, like back in for Ultimate, not for Ultimate, freaking Generations. I mean, sorry.
Generations.
Mephisto, spoilers, block, sorry, is a reference to two bosses named Neshiku and Neshiku, which again is a really good freaking idea. Is a really good idea to put Mephisto back. Because if they don't, Jesus Christ, how the hell are they gonna do this?
And the good thing is that they said DLCs will not be like limited. Like in World, it was limited. Events will rotate over time, and oh my gosh, imagine the amount of waiting you had to do. So if you download them, they're gonna be there now. That's a good plus.
Before you say anything wrong, or if you even have anything to say, there's also a reason. Of course, the developers might have a reason why. Not a reason why. The potential of making literal Amaterasu in freaking Rise just by using white coat fur and freaking red stripes, and that's it. That's all you need for the Palamutes.
I mean, that would be possible if they gave the option for you to. I mean, the option would be there to customize your Palamute and your Palico, but I feel like people will be desperate very early and try to make the character right off the bat, and not care about the DLC until they're like, oh, DLC's coming out about that. Oh my gosh.
That's all I want for the game. Anything you guys want to say? Because I think that's all I want to say.
No, not really.
Okay, good.
Not sure what to do from here.
Some other DLCs I can bring up is another Legend of Zelda DLC, maybe specifically for the second game, Breath of the Wild 2. Like something to fit in. That'd be cool.
Who knows? They might just do Wolf Link or something with the Palamute as well. It's like really they have tools, or heck, maybe they can go an extra mile and like have like a Sheikah set based on the Breath of the Wild games. Because Breath of the Wild, like, yes, the Sheikahs in Breath of the Wild do have that influence going for them. Like with their design, you know, mainly with their designs.
I also think we might have some other Japanese influence game as well as DLC. Not sure which one, probably just for like Axel's. Probably for just Axel's. Might probably be like Orochi Warriors or something.
Yeah, maybe Orochi Warriors. Another one I can think of is maybe like another Mega Man DLC. I forgot the robot name for the dog, but it could fit too.
Rush.
Yeah, Rush.
Like they do DLC where you can have your Palamute dress up like Rush from the Mega Man series.
Not sure about the cat though, but
the cat. No, I don't think there'll be any.
Maybe not. Like or maybe they want to make the cat, the Palico's like, you know, dress up like Tango. Tango's an obscure Mega Man character where it's supposed to be like the cat robot. Yes, there's a cat robot in the Mega Man series. Although Tango really only appears in the Game Boy games, as far as I'm aware.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the other Tango from the Legend of Zelda.
No, it's Tango.
Tango. Oh my bad. Tango, got it.
Tango. No,
I would be okay if they brought some like other obscure DLCs like the Mario and Luigi one.
Oh, one game that came to mind, which I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure you guys have noticed or never thought of this, but can we get a Fire Emblem Fates one, please, so we can get a Ryoma costume?
Oh yeah, that.
Corn costume.
I guess that would fit. Really. Ryoma the samurai lobster crab thing would fit definitely.
It would fit. Or we can if they can't do Ryoma, then we can just make female and male corns alternate costume of not Nora Prince. Was it Nora Noble and Hoshine Noble? That's the one.
That'd be cool. I think it would actually be cool in general for them to bring back, like, bring any Fire Emblem DLC. They did so for Generations and Generations Ultimate, so they might as well try doing something here. I don't know. It would just be a nice bonus.
I know that Fates is not an old game, but might as well bring up that, right?
I mean, yeah, it's a cool idea.
Right.
I just don't know.
I mean, we have like was it in Generations and in Generations Ultimate we have Marv as a DLC, so why not have Fates?
Yeah, so many people tried to recreate the Lucina using the Marv armor. You know, yeah.
Yes, they have.
ShadowLord is one of them. What other potential DLCs out there? Maybe to please Axel, they can also bring back the Devil May Cry DLCs.
Oh, that's true. I almost forgot about that.
There was one
Yeah, like,
world.
World was. Yeah, there was definitely one in World. Like World also had like a Street Fighter collaboration where you could dress up like Ryo and Sakura.
I know Ryo. I don't know about the other one though because I don't know much about Street Fighter.
Sakura's is
Yeah, she's a recurring character who started from the Alpha series and then started reoccurring like every other game. She's currently in 5 right now.
yeah, she's literally a schoolgirl right now.
Ah man, the only characters I know for Street Fighter is only from Smash. Ken, Ryu, and the only other one I know or heard is just Chun-Li. That's it. And I only know of Chun-Li.
not even Guile, Mr. Sonic Boom Man himself.
Wait, is he the guy that's like an American?
Yes, he's
Stereotype, yes.
He's the
yeah,
soldier
okay,
character.
I know him too. I know his famous theme that goes with everything meme. That one at least.
He's American stereotype.
Okay, I do know at least I know 4 Street Fighters. Maybe 5 now with Sakura, but that's it.
Or probably for JoJo fans, we might have the JoJo DLC, which I doubt, but it's a sin.
Oh yeah, another potential thing that's a ShadowLord and I discussed about was Xenoblade DLC.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot about that.
We actually did talk about it, and we actually did come up with some pretty cool concepts, at least.
To me, what I discussed about, what we actually both discussed about is either Xenoblade 1 or 2. Because they both have Japanese, not Japanese influence, or just like inspired characters, whatever. But some characters do, like a katana, like for Dunban. Of course, Shokin have the Manao, even though it's not a Japanese thing, but he still, the Manao can still do his job. Or what I propose for Xenoblade 2 is to have the Aegis sword for your character, or even just a Mithra / Pyra costume for your characters, and maybe Rick's costumes for Rick and Zeke for male characters.
It's just so like there's so many potential DLC that they can do. Oh yeah, another. Hold on. I just got another memory. Another character from Street Fighter I kind of know. I forgot his name, but I think I can describe his look. He's like a green with orange hair. Fighter.
Green but orange.
Blanca.
He's like a beast.
Blanca.
Blanca. There you go.
That's yeah. Okay, so he's technically a kid in a. Well, he's still a kid at heart. It's mainly because of the subtle, not so subtle story they gave him in Street Fighter 2. He was lost. He was like lost in the wilderness for like so many years, and then he slowly evolved to the character he is. He eventually reunited with his mother and made some friends along the way.
While he was in the rainforest, he has a habit of eating electric eel, which of course later on gives him immunity to electricity. And also conducted.
Oh, so he's technically like ugly on the outside, but
we've gone way past the point at this point.
So he's like ugly in the outside, but warm in heart in the inside, kind of, right?
He's a gentle giant.
Yes, he definitely has that kind of character going for him.
He's a gentle giant, literally.
It kind of reminds me of like Beauty and the Beast, I think.
Basically, with powers.
Because they did that DLC for Ultimate, where Chun-Li and Blanca were for the Palicos.
Palicos, right?
Yeah, for them to wear.
That's nice.
And I think the weapon Chun-Li had was like some kind of brass paw, iron paw, whatever, or brass paw. Instead of a brass knuckle, it's a brass paw. And Blanca was holding, I think, a fish.
That makes sense because again, for Blanca that makes sense because heals, and for Chun-Li, I think these need to have something for her to just wield because she only just have her bare fist and that's it, and her kicks.
Yeah, and cats just can't swing around nothing, so they gotta give something to the cats. And I don't know what other DLCs I can bring up, but whatever it is, Capcom will surprise us anyway, and I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for even a potential crossover with stories as the DLC for Rise, because both games are coming out this year, so who knows?
Yeah, well, considering that they're already pretty much considering that they've pretty much confirmed at this point that both games will have some kind of compatibility, like I'd imagine the compatibility part might be something to do with it. Like who knows? Maybe like an extra armor set based on stories too. Who knows?
Or the one that can do it, sending back to stories when stories come out, or stories 2. I mean, comes out. They can have a DLC with Muscle of the Rise as a DLC for stories.
Yeah, I think the original stories gave you like the Glavenus and the Glavenus armor set for the original stories 1.
For Naviru.
That was on the 3DS.
Yep. Bring back Naviru, please.
I mean, Naviru's descendant or whatever.
Or yeah, anything Naviru's descendant or a reference of him, I don't care. Just bring him back some way or form.
Just make him say the Devil Joe line where like a confusing difference between the Devil Joe and the pickle.
Oh yes, that famous line. It's so funny they even mentioned Devil Joe as a pickle in the actual game. Like it's universal now. Everyone calls Devil Joe the pickle. Or broccoli.
As yeah. It's not confusing it as Devil Joe between a Devil Joe and a pickle.
Oh yeah?
No shit. What was it? Oh yeah, when I first saw that line, I was like so happy. I was like, they finally noticed. They listened to us.
The only downside I think for stories was that some of the text either was a little bit too big and it just kind of overextended the whole entire box. I don't know. It was like a translated but kind of rushed text kind of game, but it's okay. I hope the developers do take their time with stories, whatever they're doing.
Yeah, yeah, it's like one of the things they said during stories reveals that they definitely want to make it an RPG that anyone can enjoy. Like, whether or not you've been a fan of Monster Hunter or not, they want it to be open to anybody, and that's a bit of an interesting direction.
You guys think of getting stories too later down the line, maybe?
Yeah, I'll consider it.
Yeah, I might consider it as well.
Me too.
Think about it if I want to.
Not sure about After the Hunter though.
Yeah, but of course, at the time of Rise going to come out, I might get a job. I'm not sure because I haven't decided yet.
The COVID thing is making it hard for all of us right now.
Yeah, it's gonna make it hard for everybody basically.
Yeah.
If we have jobs, then we basically have little to no chance of playing together in Rise or just playing Rise in general.
Whatever it is, I do know one thing. A lot of Rise content is gonna be coming out on this channel, so expect to see me and my hunting buddies here a lot.
It's gonna be a very fun experience.
It's gonna be a fun experience for all of us, really, and for Axel. Even though he's not here, I do know he's excited for the game. Not sure about stories because he didn't really talk about it, but who knows? Maybe he likes it. He's not just telling us. And that's really it for the podcast. I just want to just kind of discuss about Rise, stories, just shoot out ideas that maybe Capcom might listen or not. It was just nice to have you guys here. Yeah.
Thank you for having us, Garth. It's really fun joining you here.
Yep. I would like to
same.
I would like to thank Long
really
for coming
great to show up here as well. Yeah.
It was really fun to discuss potential mechanics potential mechanics for the game.
Speculation.
Again, this is just for speculation. this is not true. There's just potential stuff that Capcom might put in the game later on.
It's just our opinions,
Yep.
our fun ideas that we just
Our
want to
opinion.
share. Yep.
It's just speculation.
So yeah, thank you Long from California for joining me, and thank you ShadowLord for joining me as well. Hope you guys
No
have
problem.
a
Yep.
good time, and let's hope this year starts off okay. I'm not gonna say strong. Even though I did, it's gonna be okay.
And probably our next podcast might be probably before Rise comes out, or probably after another trailer comes out before the game actually comes out.
Or maybe another potential demo to come out. Who knows?
Basically, yeah.
And yeah, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you all next time. Rise up, boys! Monster Hunter
Rise
Rise
up!
Rise up!